What is up, YouTube? Mogul IT here, and today I'm bringing you guys my first round NBA playoff predictions. In case you guys don't know, I'm a big basketball fan. Not really. I mean, I am a football fan, but not as big as I am a basketball fan. So I'm gonna give you my predictions for the first round. So we're gonna start off with the Western Conference because the East does seem to be a lot closer and more well-rounded. So we're gonna start off with the Warriors, the number 1 seed, who are obviously the favorites to win the championship. Who finished the season 73-9, and in the first round they play the Houston Rockets. I don't think I need to explain myself for this decision, but I think that the Warriors will definitely either sweep or win in 5 games. I am definitely expecting a sweep in the series, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Rockets did pick up a win. And also, I hope you guys are enjoying the 2K gameplay in the background. It is on all-star difficulty because I didn't want to seem too bad for you guys. It's Heat versus Raptors, a possible second round matchup, which we'll get into later. So Warriors versus Rockets, my prediction is 4-0, but it would not surprise me if the Rockets do pick up a win. Now, the Spurs versus Grizzlies. This would be an interesting series, but Mike Conley and Marc Gasol, the only two, really good Memphis players, are injured. Their head coach, you gotta give him credit. I mean, he's pulled off a miracle to stay in playoff contention. But I mean, the Grizzlies are 2-14 in their last 16 games without Marc Gasol and Mike Conley, and the Spurs are rested and they've been playoff ready for the last 10 years. So for this, I'm definitely saying that the Spurs do sweep the Grizzlies. I really do not expect the Grizzlies to pick up a game unless Gasol or Conley play. So the next matchup is Thunder versus Mavericks. Obviously, I'm gonna pick the Thunder in this matchup. They do have the much better team. Let's see. So, I mean, I really do expect it to go 4-1, maybe 4-2 or a sweep. It's kind of hard to decide, but Rick Carlisle, the Mavericks head coach, is really, really, really good. And the Mavericks don't have that bad of a team. They have Dirk, let's see, Darren Williams. I mean, they're all aging players, but they're still decent. They could still play. I mean, I don't know. So for that matchup, I'm gonna say 4-1 Thunder. And this one is a tough one. The number 4 seed Clippers versus the number 5 seed Trailblazers. I mean, I know there is a 9-game difference between the two teams, but I honestly think this series will go to a game 7, with the Clippers ending up with the win. Part of my reasoning for this going so deep is because Lillard has you guys have seen him become clutch in the playoffs, and the Clippers have a huge history of choking during the playoffs. And if Blake Griffin, somehow gets injured or suspended again, they're screwed. I mean, and that goes for any team. If one of their star players gets injured, their whole playoff run could be over. But I wouldn't bet against the Clippers here. That's why I'm saying that they win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Portland also takes the win. But I am saying that the Clippers do win in 7. So now we have the Cavs versus Pistons in the East. The number 1 seed Cavs and the 8th seed Pistons, obviously. Now what's surprising or interesting about this matchup is that the Pistons actually played the Cavs 4 times this season and beat them 3 times. So, I mean, they didn't beat them by a lot. They beat them by like an average of 2 points, but they still beat them. I mean, not bad for an 8th seed. I mean, this is actually a well-rounded matchup as the Cavs, all they have to match up against Drummond is Tristan Thompson, who is a bit short for a center. But, I mean, obviously the Cavs have LeBron, but I don't know, if Stanley Johnson decides to step it up, or not necessarily step it up, but keep playing as he has been the whole season, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons could take them to a Game 7, but I think that the Cavs do win this series in 5. I think there'll be a lot of close games, not distant games like Cav blowouts, but I also would not, like, I'm kind of, like, trying to decide between 4-1 or 4-2 because it's really difficult. And Kyrie Irving is struggling, and Caldwell Pope and Stanley Johnson are really, really good defenders. So I don't know. And Reggie Jackson, not Drummond. Reggie Jackson and Andre Drummond have been running a really nice pick and roll, I've noticed this season. So that could be very convenient for them if they learn how to exploit Cleveland's weaknesses. But next matchup, Raptors vs Pacers. I know the Raptors are the 2 seed, but the Pacers could be a tough team to beat sometimes. With Paul George, George Hill, Rodney Stuckey. I mean, Rodney Stuckey's aging, but he can still play, don't get me wrong. And their new rookie, Miles Turner, not bad at all. But I still say that the Raptors win. It wouldn't surprise me if they took them to 6 games. I wouldn't think that the Pacers take them to 7. But I'm going to say 4-2 Toronto for the series. Just mainly for the fact that obviously the Raptors are the better team. They did win 3 of their matchups this year, again by like an average of 2 points, 3 points, something like that. But Paul George is playoff tough. He's clutch. They've lost to my Heat though, but I don't know. It could be tough to decide. It could go either way, but I do expect Toronto to take this to the next round. So this leads me into the Heat vs Hornets, my Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets, who, I mean, this might seem a little biased, but I'll try to seem as unbiased as possible. So the Heat, the number 3 seed, and the number 6 seed Charlotte Hornets have the same record. They split their season series, and I mean, this is going to be a tough series. I think that the Hornets will take the Heat to a Game 7, but I do think my Heat will prevail. It kind of balances out. Listen to this. So the Heat have obviously better defense and one-on-one scorers, but the Hornets do have a better offense, and they're like a faster-paced team. Because the Heat have Justice Winslow, their new rookie, who has played amazing defense. Josh Richardson, probably the best second-round pick we've seen in a while enter the NBA, has been playing really well. Him and Joe Johnson are the best three-point shooters on the team. And the problem with that, though, is that he can't really finish at the rim. I mean, except for his dunks. His dunks are amazing. But he can play good D, not gonna lie. Dwayne Wade is obviously the lockdown defender. Goran Dragic is okay. Hassan Whiteside could be some feast. Luol Deng is also a pretty good defender. But I don't know. It could go either way. I really hope that the Heat do win. But I mean, the Heat also have experience. That's where I'd say it kind of gets the Heat to win. Like, because it balances out with the better defense and the better offense, but the Heat have more experience. The Hornets have barely any experience in the playoffs. They never get past the first round. And Dwayne Wade and Joe Johnson used to be a beast. For any of you guys who just started watching basketball, back like a good 5 years ago, he was one of the best, I'd say top 30 players in the NBA. Best shooter along with Ray Allen at the time. for the Nets. Yeah, he's always been on the Nets until he switched some teams. But I mean, for the Hornets to win this, they'd have to like spread the court, keep their passes like spread out. Maybe I think they're like a really good home team, so it wouldn't surprise me if they pick up some wins there. But I mean, the Heat do have home court advantage, and I mean, that could be the decider. I mean, I know home court advantage isn't everything, but in the case of a Game 7, the Heat are at home, which finally leads me into probably the toughest decision in this whole video. Hawks vs Celtics. Again, they have the same record. The Hawks are the 4 seed, and the Celtics are the 5 seed. The Hawks beat the Celtics in 3 of their 4 games. I actually don't know how much the average difference was, but this could go either way. Again, I'm predicting a Game 7. This is really tough. I'm gonna have to go with the Celtics winning. The reason I say this is because, look, the Celtics, they don't look like that great of a team on paper. But if you see them play, they can make some great comebacks. I don't know. They have some nice team. A nice team. Brad Stevens, their head coach, is a genius, like an absolute genius. I think he deserves Coach of the Year. The Celtics, nobody expected them to be this good, but they are a really good team. And I don't know. He's led them to a great record. I predicted them to be like a 10th seed, but they're a 5th seed. So that's pretty, I mean, like, good. But the Hawks do have, like, big advantages with Paul Millsap and Al Horford. But, and they also have more playoff experience. The Celtics, I mean, Isaiah, they're all young. So they barely have any playoff experience for the most part. But they both have great defenses. They're both fast-paced teams. I don't know. But I'm just going to take the Celtics in 7. So now I'm going to give you guys a little overview on what I picked. So, Warriors in 4. I don't think I have to explain that. Spurs in 4 also. Because Gasol and Conley are injured. Then Thunder in 5, I'll say, as my final decision. Because I see them taking the Mavs taking 1 because of their head coach. And then Clippers versus Trailblazers, the Clippers in 7, because I think Portland will definitely put up a fight. But here we move on to the East. Cavs versus Pistons. Cavs in 6, 5, I don't know. If Drummond can knock down his free throws, I definitely think that they can go a little bit deeper into the series, because he will get fouled a lot, and I mean, free throws are his weakness because he is a beast. You can't lie about that. So Raptors versus Pacers. Raptors in 6. The Pacers are a tough team to beat. I mean, Paul George and George Hill and their new rookie Miles Turner. I mean, they're great, but Raptors also have some nice rookie prospects such as Norman Powell and Bruno Caboclo, I think it's pronounced, who can step it out in the case of an injury. So yeah, Raptors in 6. Then Heat vs Hornets, Heat in 7. I also forgot to mention the Heat. This is not biased, okay? This I think you can all agree on. The Heat have like one of the best benches in the NBA. Like, let me just tell you their bench. They have Justice Winslow, who has been playing amazing this year. Either NBA for rookie first team or like top of the rookie second team. They've got Josh Richardson, who has really stepped it up. Udonis Haslem, like our 10th man. He's a good backup. He's been with the team for a long time. Then, let's see if I can name all of them off my head. Then Amari Stoudemire, he has been playing great. I feel like that's been a great pickup for us. Definitely a solid backup, and sometimes even starter instead of Hassan Whiteside. Um, and then, oh my God, I forgot someone. No. I think it's Josh McRoberts. I'm not sure if he actually gets minutes, but he's solid if we do need him. I honestly think we should cut him, but that's just my decision, or my opinion. And then Hawks for Celtics, it's a really tough one, but I did pick the Celtics in 7 games, even though it is a really tough decision. But, I mean, that was kind of like a 50-50. Don't quote me on it. I would not put my money on it. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And this has been Mogul IT, and peace.